There are bad people in the world,
Because here's the
and there are good people in the world. And then there are the people who are either bad or good, and they won't say anything about the bad or good being done to people in the world. They just don't want to get involved. Why? Because sometimes it's safer not to get involved. Uh, Sometimes it's easier not to get involved. Sometimes getting involved can get you killed, and we found this out recently with, Heather Hare. And, there are people who find this out all the time. There are people who are good Samaritans and who have, died from the people who they were helping. And this just happened recently, with an older guy, he's 55. He was helping these four women with a flat tire, and they turned around, robbed, and killed him. You know, so sometimes getting involved is the right thing to do, but it can cost you your life. So the question is, do I get involved, even though I know it can cost me my life? Simply for that reason. Am I ready to die today? Am I going on a suicide mission? Not even a suicide mission. Not even, well, almost. But the possibilities that I could lose my life by standing up for what is right, should I do it? This is a question we all have to ask ourselves. We have to, take into account, responsibilities that may or may not be ours. But if we see a wrong and we want to stand up for it, is it our responsibility to stand up for it? Or should we just keep going, keep walking by, live another day? I listened to this message, and you guys can listen to Susan Bro, and a very compelling message about her daughter, and everything she said was absolutely correct, And I'm going to play some of it. I can't play too much of it. It's not my video. But, I'm an African American, so I'm labeled, I'm a black man. And the issue of what is happening up in Charlottesville is it's not so much of should we get involved. For me, I'm involved. I mean, I didn't go to Charlottesville. I didn't even know what it was all about until recently. And I'm not going to Charlottesville. I'm not. However, I'm still involved because it's a race issue. You know what I mean? And 3 people have died for this particular issue. There's going to be a lot more mothers standing up behind a podium talking about their child. I'm sorry, this is just the way it is. This is the same thing we've been seeing for years. Race riots, racial killings, just hatred simply over race, and America is embedded in it because this is how America was founded. There's going to be a lot more fathers, sisters, brothers, sons, mothers killed blatantly simply because of race. Now, Heather Hare probably did not go out thinking that she was going to die. Because when she went out, there was no reported deaths. She probably didn't think, I'm going to die today. But nonetheless, her life was taken by a coward. And her mother says that it magnified her. They tried to kill my daughter to shut her up, but it magnified her. Now, I'm going to try to catch that part.
Person. So are a lot of you. A lot of you go that extra mile. And I think the reason that what happened to Heather has struck a chord is because we know that what she did is achievable. We don't all have to die. We don't all have to sacrifice our lives. They tried to kill my child to shut her up. Well, guess what? You just magnified her.
She got a standing ovation for that. Not everybody is going to get a standing ovation for that realization. She deserves a standing ovation for that. But here's what I think. I think now it's hitting home for those people who didn't expect it to hit home. I think now it's very real for those people who was just sticking one toe into the water. Now they realize that they're neck deep in it, regardless of who they are. They're in it. We're all in it. All of our lives can be lost over race. All of us could be at war over the simple fact that we believe or look different than one another. You know, we're talking about tossing bombs across the ocean here between us and North Korea. That's all of us. That's not one of us. That's not the people who live up in Charlottesville and not the people who live in Pittsburgh. That's all of us. That's all of us. We're all in it. And I think that Miss Bro realized that we're all in it. And her statements and her message is very galvanizing because it's letting people know that we should all be in it together. It's your boy Tone 202.